Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Keeping Up with Kia P. And today we're going to do a movie review on Coming to America, right? All right, so this weekend, Coming to America 2 came out, and this movie has been getting some negative reviews. A lot of people saying it wasn't funny as the first one. It was predictable. Just all kind of things. But I personally found it to be everything for life, right? For our culture. So today, which Coming to America 2 has inspired my looks today. And so yeah, it left me feeling straight up like a queen when I watched it. So I'm going to give you my takeaways and my reviews on this film. So first, my first point is children greeting their parents in the morning. I thought that was everything because we live in a world now where we don't even see our children before they leave off for school. And due to the pandemic, most of our children have been home with us, but still, how many kids get up in the morning and literally greet their parents and say, "Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Dad." And so I thought that part was very nice and interesting to display, was the kids greeting their parents in the morning. And they wasn't little babies. They were, older children, preteens and teenagers, still coming in to greet their parents. And I thought that was everything. The next point, fathers training up the children, teaching them survival skills, passing on the skills of which they had to their offsprings. I thought that was everything. The part when he was fighting with his daughters and teaching them how to defend themselves was everything. It's literally a parent training up a child and passing on survival skills. Do our kids know how to hunt? Do they know how to fish? These are things that we need to be looking at when we are watching this film. What is the message? And that's what I got out of it. He was teaching his daughters how to survive, right? So that was everything. The next point is giving Wesley Snipes a role in the film. Everything. A lot of people know that when people go to prison, they come out and they have a stigma attached to their name. People in Hollywood do not want to work with them. It's hard to get work. With a record less known as we age, it's hard to get roles. And the fact that he has given Wesley Snipes a check, not only in Coming to America, but also in Dolomite. So I thought that was everything that he was able to bring some funny in his own right to the film as well. So kudos for that part. Giving a role to him as he re-entered into society, and I'm sure that he's having a hard time getting cast, in Hollywood with that stigma being attached to his name. So Eddie was like, "Hey, I'm going to give you a role. I got you, bro." And I thought that was everything. That was literally brotherly love at its finest. Okay. The father, King Jaffe Jafar, having his funeral before he actually died was everything. To me, that signified, give me my flowers now. Don't wait till I'm dead to throw this big old celebration. I want to be here to be able to see the love that people have for me. Do it while I'm here. Give me my flowers now while I am here and I can enjoy them. And so that was everything to me. And then being at an age where you can plan your funeral. That's everything. That is a blessing. We have so many people dying before old age or whatever have you, and just being able to be blessed in such a way to where you can plan your home going is everything. And I thought that was a good concept to have in the film. So and I got from that again, give me my flowers now. You know, you say you show me the love now while I can see it and enjoy it. Leslie had a part in there when she first met them at the bar, and she was like, "Man, you ain't gotta lie to get no butt." But that ain't what she said, but I'm gonna keep it classy. So, you know, men, you don't have to lie to get a woman. You could just be authentic and be yourself. That tends to work. And that's pretty much what she was saying. If we gonna rock with you, we gonna rock with you regardless. So, you know, just be yourself and keep it authentic. I just want to say, seeing In Vogue was everything. Seeing Salt and Pepper was everything. Morgan Freeman, Gladys Knight, all of the legends. Like, that was everything to me. Even though Gladys Knight was singing, you know, her song or whatever, check out the words. If you haven't, well, just pay attention to the words that she's saying. Like, it's super funny, even though, you know, it was done towards the time the father was dying. But it was everything. That film, and the headdress that she had on, the choir behind her, the fashion alone was everything. Okay. So yeah, legends got able to be a part of this amazing production, and I thought that that was real honorable of him to include those legends that are having probably, you know, need a little coin in their pocket right now because Hollywood is not being generous with the funds. So I thought that that was nice that he went and got them to come in and participate in this great production. Kudos there. In the film, he went back to get his son. That was everything. That is saying, no matter how old the kid is, go back and mend those fences and try to build a relationship. It is never too late. It is never too late. So that was everything to me. Going back to get his son and having a relationship with his son, that was like so much in that in itself. So that was another takeaway from that movie. Uncle Reem's role as an uncle, okay? Uncle Reem's role was, look, I am his concierge. I was here helping him when no one else was. When you were over in Africa riding elephants, I was over here teaching him how to survive in Queens. And as uncles and aunts, we need to go back and make sure that where there is lack, if our nieces and nephews is lacking that male role model or that female presence, we ought to take up the torch and be that for them. And I thought that that was awesome, that that role was there, and they displayed how Uncle Reem, you know, was there to pick up the slack when Akeem was not. So that was everything to me. Gentrification and how that worked. He explained that real briefly, but he explained gentrification. How when the black man had the community, there was no dollars being put into the community, but when the white man got the community, they had coffee houses, all of these upgrades in the community. It looked good. And his brownstone was worth 10 million. So that in itself is saying, let's make sure that we are being mindful of our communities. And don't leave, you know, don't leave your property. You know, it could become very valuable moving forward. So you want to make sure that, you know, you pay attention to the community in which you live in or own property in, and start buying up some of this property and taking pride in your community, so that when we own it, it don't look like it's torn down. And when we care, we can come in and make it better, or have people that will believe in us and invest in us as well, you know, possibly. But we can definitely do it within our culture and ourselves. So the next one was Leslie owning that she had slept around. Her name was Mary in the movie. So she owned that, you know, in the past, I slept around. I was a fast girl, for lack of a better word. For lack of a negative word, I should say. And she owned it. She didn't try to be like, oh, you left me, and make it seem like it was something that it wasn't. She owned her part and what she played. So I love that. And that probably went over a lot of people's head when she said that. But yeah, that she owned own that part. And I thought that that was everything. The son refusing to leave his mom behind once he found out that that they had money. He was like, yeah, I think I will go to Zamunda with you, but I'm not leaving my mom. And he was like, well, we only came for the boy. And he was like, no, I ain't going across the world without my mother. So she needs to be here with me. And I just think that that was everything, because I would bet a lot of young people wouldn't do that. They'll leave and be like, my mama send you something back. But no, he was like, I'm not leaving without my mom. And I thought that that was everything. Moving on. Next point is men having a hard time hearing about another man that their woman or wife has been with, even when he knew that she had been with Daryl before being with him. He didn't want to hear about it. He's like, who? What man? I wanted what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Who is this? Even though he knew that she had been with somebody prior to him, he was like, wait a minute. Hold on. So men do not want to hear about your past relationships. So keep that to yourself. If he was that great, you could stay with him. So they don't want to hear that. I just want to talk about the attire again. The beaded hairdresses of the bathers. Oh my goodness. The headdresses, the neck beads, all of that stuff was just amazingly beautiful. I want the hairdress so bad. The beaded hairdress, I want that so bad. So if anybody that worked on the set, please, y'all can send it to me. Just catch me here on YouTube or on my Facebook page, Power Project CEO, or, Kia P, and we would definitely love to have that. But the hairdress, the beaded hairdress was everything to me, okay? The outfits, the robes, the whole costume wardrobe was bomb. Everybody looked so good, so regal, so expensive. And it wasn't like Chanel and all of these. It was just African. It was us. It was black. It was excellence. It was everything. So I don't know who is the critic that is saying this movie wasn't what it was supposed to be, but it was that and some. I actually think that this one had a better message than the first one. All the way together. It was awesome. It was awesome. Okay, and so we're moving on, referencing the ancestors. Yes, and those who had passed away in a funny way, but it's a part in the movie where he is in the hall, the prince is in the hall, and he has to learn all of his ancestors and their attributes. And so in a comedic kind of way, he was saying names of black people who had passed on, James Brown and a couple other names. And I thought that was dope for him to take that moment and incorporate the lost legends that had passed on, who are no longer here with us. I thought that was super dope. But if you're not paying attention, you will miss it. So make sure you are paying attention when you watch the movie. And if you watched it, go back and watch it again. If some of the gems that I missed, you've missed, you can go back and watch it again. But it's an excellent film. So referencing the ancestors and those who have passed on in a comedic way. Like, I love that. That was everything. Next point was young men not feeling worthy of a good life. And I think that we all feel like that, or sometimes feel that we can't fit in once we arrived so far. It's hard for us to fit into these roles, or we don't belong because we ain't used to it, or I've never seen someone like myself in this role, so I really don't have a blueprint. It's uncomfortable. So just learning how to feel worthy of what is yours already. Okay, and that's what I got out of there. We all go through that, not just men, but women go through it in relationships, jobs, whatever the case may be. Sometimes we just feel like we're not worthy of a good thing, and don't know how to accept a good thing, because we've been dealing with mess for so long, oppression for so long, that when good things happen, or we're in a position to have good things, we don't know how to accept that and embrace that. So That was awesome in that part, and showing how he overcame that, and learned himself and made it his own. He couldn't follow no one else's. He had to follow his way of doing it. And I thought that that was awesome too. Um, Everyone from Coming to America 1 was back in Coming to America 2. I thought that that was excellent how he incorporated 1 into 2 with little scenes, and kind of went into details on certain areas just to kind of merge them two together. He did an excellent job with that. Excellent job. And I caught the visual techniques that they did. It was kind of the same techniques that they did in Gemini Man with him, because Eddie Murphy, one thing with him is that he's always going to bring new technology and how films, how we see films to the stage, like what he did with Norbit. People were, before Norbit was just kind of wearing fat suits and doing things like that. But with Norbit, what he done with Norbit to make that seem more real was phenomenal. And I believe, I feel that he should have got an award for that, just for the artistry of the movie. And so with this movie, what they did with Gemini Man, with the technology and making Will look younger in certain scenes, they did it with this movie as well, when they was going back to, person Coming to America 1 and incorporating them in 2. So I thought that that was awesome. He's always on the front end of new technology in film, and I love that. That's why I'd be so anxious to see anything that he does, because he is just the guru of comedy, filmmaking, and just expanding himself as much as possible. And I love that. Even in this film, I could see a little bit of Respucia in there when he laid down with her and was, like, this is bullshit. I saw a little bit of her facial expressions in there. I saw Dolomite many times. When he was walking with the cane, I saw Dolomite. And when he stood up and started dancing, Dolomite. Couple of little things I seen in there, but I love him. Like, he did an excellent job. He did an excellent job to me. The brother and the sister and their relationship, and how they didn't like each other at first, but then came back and worked together to be able to help the prince meet his challenges, was everything. They realized that they were stronger together than arguing and bickering against each other. And I love that. So brother and sister coming together and working to be successful and to rule together. That was everything. So that was another gem. Being willing to sacrifice for the greater good. There's a part in there where they was teasing him that he was going to have to get recircumcised. And so he like, what? But okay, if this is what I got to do, he was willing. And we as a community and as a culture have to be willing to sacrifice selfish things for the greater good. So we don't want to tear up our community. We don't want to be selfish. We want to be able to reach back, reach down, and grab those up who are underneath us or behind us. And even if it's a child, tell a child, hey, pull your pants up, or that's not, the way you go about it. Let me show you the right way to do it. Or don't do that, son. It's not good for you. Just pulling somebody's coattail and being that extra ear of encouragement, of wisdom. We need to get back to that. Just being willing to sacrifice, whether it's your time, your words of encouragement, just being willing to go the extra mile for the culture and for your people. We have to get back to that, and I'm admonishing that we do just that. So that's what I got out of that part. Being willing to sacrifice for the greater good. And we have to learn to do that within our community, right? Not just my child, but all the children, right? Not just my brother, but everybody's brother. Not just my sister, but everybody's sister. Not just my mother, but everybody's mother, right? Not just because she's my grandmother or your grandmother, but everybody's grandmother. We have to learn to think in such a way that we make sure we look out for each other, right? So women being bosses and empowered. I love that. The support of him, the prince supporting the girl in going to Queens. He was willing to give up his princely everything for her to come to Queens and be able to build her brand or her hair, whatever she was doing. That was everything. Even though a lot of life comes from the queen also needs to be supported. The queen also needs to be uplifted. So for him to take on that and uplift the queen, his queen, and support her was everything. That's another gem that came out of here. We have to uplift the queens. We have to empower her and stand behind her, right? Because she has worth and she has value. And it's important that we do that. We have to start lifting up the Black woman because she is so torn down by society. She's looked at in a totally negative light. Not all of us is snapping and all of that. We are beautiful people, and when our kings begin to see that and do that, then the world will put us on the place where we need to be as well. So my couple more and I'll be done. Couple more. It's not going to be a long video. At the end, Uncle Reem and Simi came together. They put away their beef, their arguments, and they became compadres and friends because they understood that the prince needed them to be one in order to be able to be successful in what it is that they need to do for Zamunda, and that he knew things that Simi couldn't give the prince because he had been raising him pretty much since he was a baby to 30. And so I like that part in it, that they came together. Not only did the kings come together in the movie, the queens came together. And how Leslie, who was Mary, and the queen, which was played by Lisa. Well, Lisa played by, I don't know her professional name, but Lisa, which was the queen, how she embraced Mary. Even though Mary was the baby mom per se, she embraced her. She gifted her. She gave her clothing, jewelry, and they ended up getting drunk and having a good old time. And she was upset that she had left because she had found a friend in her. And that said that we are stronger together instead of bickering over things that doesn't matter. They knew that preparing the prince for the throne was more important than their selfish wants and ideologies that they had toward each other, and that it was more important and more productive for them to come together as two ladies, right, for the greater good of the family. And that speaks volumes. That spoke volumes to me, how she embraced her in spite of, because most women have a problem doing that. And it doesn't work well for the kids when we hold these types of behaviors and things within the family structure. We have to learn to forgive, accept, and move on. It happened. This is where we at. Now, how do we deal with it and move on and be respectful, cordial to one another, and operate truly in love? Even though, yeah, it happens, whatever may happen, there has to be a level of respect, humanity, right? Reciprocity is, I think that's how you say it. Give and take. Treat me like I want to be treated type attitude. So I love that part in it. He brought back everybody from 1 and 2, and I love that. At the end, when sexual Randy Watson came out, and then he had the twins come out as a feature, that was everything. Super funny. But even Barbar, the elephant from 1, came back strolling through. Like, it was perfect. He did an excellent job with this movie. Last point I want to say is the point to where two points. The point to where Simi was saying, you know, your son is left on the royal jet with that buffoonery, that buffoon of a woman. He was like, no, you will not disrespect the mother of my child. Again, spoke volumes in how we ought to behave and treat one another. Don't speak ill of your child's father or your child's mother when you're not with them. You want to always have a level of respect. You want to always have a level of humanity and morals when dealing with the child's mother or father. You don't want to bash the father in front of the child, nor the mother in front of the child, right? And you don't want to let nobody else bash them, because at the end of the day, they are the mother of your child and they are the father of your child. So for that, they deserve a level of respect, okay? And I thought that that was awesome. My last point is the prince found his own way to become prince. He brought his own swag. He found his way. And I love that. At the end of the day, the daughter was left to rule, in which he was going to change the rules. And I thought that that was everything, that it was left to his daughter, and whom had been preparing for it. And so again, women empowerment. It was so many gems in this film. So many gems in this film, and just a person finding their own way to be successful, and having a support system. He wanted to bond with his kid, even though his kid was 30 years old. When the kid was like, no, I'm gonna walk like this, he even tried to walk like that, to bond and have some type of relationship with his son. And I thought that that was everything. So yeah, that is my take on Coming to America. I thought it was an awesome film. It get 2 power fists up. Yes, from me. I think he did an excellent job. I think anyone who disliked this film is not really looking at the film with the proper lens. I think that you are looking just to laugh and not looking for the message. There was tons of gems in this film. And I think that if you took the time out and take another look at it, you might see it differently. I'm hoping that you do, because there was lots of lessons to be learned in Coming to America too. So I want to give a shout out to Eddie Murphy and all of the Black cast and everyone that supported that film. It is everything. And as the culture moves forward, I think we should support it as much, and if not more, as we did Black Panther, on the strength that this was a Black coin. Marvel is Marvel. Eddie Murphy is Eddie Murphy, and this is his production. And for that, when we say that we are one and we should be one, we should put our actions to work and uplift this film and make it the blockbuster and the phenomenal that it is. I believe that they are trying to slight Eddie on his awards. They don't want to give this man his just due. But I want to say, you are amazing. You have done a beautiful job with your talent. And I have enjoyed all of your movies, all of your work. And I think you did a phenomenal job with this film. So kudos out to you, all the people that you employed, all of your hard work. Thank you from the culture. I thank you for what you're doing, and I appreciate you. And so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my review. And again, if you have any comments, you are welcome to leave them in the comment section. Let me know. Please hit like and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get at least 50 to 100 subscribers so that I can do a nice giveaway, y'all. So please make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload new videos. And make sure you share me, y'all, because I want to get out here and be seen by the world. I want to get this channel up because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to show, and I'm blessed with talents and gifts that I want to share with y'all. Yes, why not? It's no fun to keep it. It's no fun. It does me no good. So I want to share my life with you guys. So go ahead and share me. Please hit subscribe again and share, and I will see you guys on the next one. Be blessed, be positive, and be open, okay? Have a good one.